Hello friends, I am Dr. Himanshu Sekhar. Today we will study about the development of urogenital system. Presuming that we don't know anything about embryology, so I will start from the beginning. So humans develop from zygote, which is the result of fertilization, and this develops into morula, then blastula and gastrula, and this process is called gastrulation. So the significance of gastrula is that we know that everything develops from three germ layers. So three germ layers are developed in this state: ectoderm, which is the outermost layer; mesoderm, which is the inside; and endoderm. Three germ layers. Now, as we can see in this diagram, blastula then gastrula forms three germ layers. After some time, in this diagram we can see that the outermost ectoderm, and this is the ectodermal derivative neurogenic cord, which forms the neural cord and spinal cord and other structures. For development of kidney, this mesodermal part is the significance for us. So in this diagram we can see this part is the mesodermal. So it is composed of three parts. If this is the axis, this is the paraxial mesoderm, this is the intermediate mesoderm, and this is the somatic mesoderm. So the kidney is developed from this intermediate mesoderm. Intermediate mesoderm develops into nephrogenic cord, and this develops into kidney. So intermediate mesoderm is the responsible for development of kidney. Now intermediate mesoderm, which forms nephrogenic cord. So this is the nephrogenic cord, and this is having three parts. When we see at this diagram, this is the cranial end and this is the caudal end. So first is pronephros, second is mesonephros, and third is the metanephros. Pronephros gets obliterated in humans, and it is the cervical part. Mesonephros is the thoracic and lumbar part, and metanephros is the pelvic part. So mesonephros is responsible for formation of reproductive structures. We know that testis is the primary reproductive organ, gonads, testis and ovary. Then mesonephros, and this is the mesonephric duct. So this will form the structures which carry sperm from testis. So epididymis, vas deferens, and last is the metanephros, which is the pelvis part. So we know that kidney develops in the pelvis region. So as here we can see the kidney develops from metanephros. In this diagram we can see metanephric blastema. This forms the primitive kidney, and this mesonephric duct which remains, because the mesonephros gets obliterated, the ductal portion which remains and forms epididymis, and there is a growth from this mesonephric duct which will form the ureter, and this will connect the kidney to urinary bladder and urethra system. Kidney develops. The outpouch of this of this ureter forms the renal pelvis. This is the renal pelvis. In this diagram, you can see that initially this mesonephric duct and ureter, they had a common opening in this urogenital sinus, but after some time they get separated, and the mesonephric duct, which is forming epididymis, has separate opening in the urinary bladder, and ureter is having a separate opening. That was all about development of kidney. Now coming to the urinary bladder and genital organ development. So in this diagram you can see initially there is a common channel known as cloaca, and there is a septum. This is called as urorectal septum. This urorectal septum enlarges and separates into anterior primitive urogenital sinus and posterior primitive rectum, and both of these are separated by urorectal septum. Now coming to this primitive urogenital sinus. So this urogenital sinus is having three parts. First is vesical part. This is the uppermost part of this urogenital sinus. As the name suggests, it will form in bladder. Second is the pelvic part, and this pelvic part forms the prostatic and membranous urethra. The last part is phallic part, which will form the penile urethra. This was all about the development part. To know the congenital abnormalities, you can check the description of my video, in which I have talked about all the congenital abnormalities in detail. Thank you.